Hello, everybody. It is I, alone, today. Lydia who is the normal person that I have on here, is busy painting a house. Our house specifically, but that's besides the point. Being a good little worker bee and getting some stuff done. I noticed that you're in the chat. Hello, Lydia. Oh, shoot. I forgot I turned that up. Is that a bit better? I turned it up because it was super quiet when I started. It's me. It's Aaron. Hello. This is Table Scraps. It's a show that the Paper Dungeon does. Basically me. I'm not the Paper Dungeon, but it's my show. That we do on Thursday to talk about the game that we play on Monday. It is D&D 5e. We've been doing a bunch of crazy stuff recently. Specifically, you may have noticed from the title, we're back, baby! We are going to be back with the main campaign this coming Monday. That is what we're going to be doing. I'm saying it now. It's going to be sweet. And yeah, we're going to be back. It's going to be. I'm super pumped. The whole cast is really excited about it. So is DJ. He's a part of our cast, even though he's the DM. Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's been way too long, and I would like to apologize about that. But before we get too far into it, I have my obligatory plugs. That's right. First off, we have oh geez, what are they called? We have social media. Not sure if you knew about it or ever heard about it. We've got TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. It's what we have. We also have a Discord. Thank you, Faye, for taking over Maz's job. That mod is slacking. But we have a Discord. If you're not on the Discord, I'm so sorry for you and your loss. It's really awesome there. The people, our community is super cool. We hang out in the Discord, like chat, and we talk. You can ask us questions. We can ask you questions and get your feedback, and all around just have a real good time. You can send us your super cool art. Oh shoot, I should have gotten that out. I might take a break to show these up close. But yeah, it's a super cool place to be. This is how you know when I'm late for Table Scraps and don't notify anyone. That's the place that it'll be like, hey, we're suddenly live 3 minutes late. So yeah, so be there, join. It's really awesome. We also have a website where we sell merch. You can get on there and buy some stuff with our logo on it. We plan on doing more with the website in the future, but for now, that's pretty much all it's really there for. Speaking of merch, Lydia also has a store, our wonderful cast member who is currently in the chat, as far as I know, where you can buy her art. Any of the overlays, any of the art that you see on stream, except for the early character art, which was made by Pocket Chicken, a really cool artist. You should check them out too. Lydia did all of it. So, go buy her art. You can also commission art from her. There's a wait list right now, but she is blitzing through that as fast as she can. It's really cool. I'm sure that, if you want to support us, there's a lot of ways you can do that. We've got a Patreon. I'll have some cool information about the Patreon. Yes, I am sorry, Faye. That is not my job. That is Grant's thing. He knows how to do that. I'm trying. If you don't click on the link, it's thepaperdungeon.com, spelled dungeon correctly, unlike we did. But about the Patreon, got some exciting news about that coming for you. So hey, I know all you patrons out there are like, the content. It's been so dry for so long. When shall we get more? Don't worry. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we have got a Patreon. We've got Ko-Fi. We've got Streamlabs donation. You've got bits, subscribe button, all that stuff. Easiest way you can support us. Tell a friend. Be like, hey, loser, you like Dungeons & Dragons, right? They're like, I don't know what that game is. And you're like, well, what better place to start than the Paper Dungeon? Come watch the stream. These people are losers like us, and they play Dungeons & Dragons, and you can hang out and watch them. They're really cool. We like friends. Hello, Beards and Battle Axes. And of course, I already said hi to like Faye and High Wander and everyone else. But yeah, that's, I think, the plugs that we have. There's probably something else. I don't know what it would be, but there's probably something else. Yeah, stuff to talk about today. As I said, main campaign coming back this Monday. I'm really excited about it. If you haven't caught up yet, let me tell you, you've had an extra month and a half. But it's okay if you don't want to take the time to go through the first section. We are entering chapter 2. We seriously missed an opportunity to call, instead of it a campaign, we should have called it book. Book 1, chapter 2 would have been so great. Faye, get it together. But if you are completely new or you don't want to go through that and you just want to jump straight in, things will be different, but it should be a very good starting point. Kind of like a new, almost a new campaign, but with the same characters from the first chapter for the most part. There will be some fun little changes and stuff, and it'll be great. Originally, now we can get onto the other cool stuff. Originally, we were going to have 2 duo shots and a character one-shot for me. Spoilers if you didn't already know, but I'm not going to be playing the same character that I was in chapter 1. Sorry, Faye. You're going to have to get over it. I'm pretty sure you may have picked up on that already, but now the cat's out of the bag. We aren't going to be doing the 2 duo shots in a regular sense. Instead of just streaming them on Twitch, they probably won't make it to Twitch. We haven't fleshed out the full details yet. We are still going to do the duo shots, but instead we are going to release them on Patreon. Now, if you aren't part of the Patreon and you don't want to be in the Patreon, that is completely okay. They will be basically early released Patreon content. Then after a set amount of time that we haven't exactly figured out, they will be released to subs. We will probably have a link to it in our sub section of our Discord. And it'll be great. So you'll get some, if you're a patron, you'll get some special early access Patreon content. Who knows, we might throw in, maybe it's a little less edited. Who knows? I don't entirely know the full details yet. None of us do. But early access content on the Patreon, and then it will be released to the subs at a later point in time. Is this a temptation for us to ask to bait people into joining the Patreon and being a subscriber? Yes, absolutely. Am I ashamed of it? No. So that's the end of that conversation. I will shill until I die. So, for those of you who are patrons or subs, keep an eye out for that. We'll be recording those real soon. It'll be great. Let's see. Oh, the character one shot. That will be on Twitch. Don't worry about that. It will most likely take a spot during the week. It will not be on a Monday. We're probably going to do it if we don't do it on a table scraps slot. We will do it some other day during the week, and that will be available. So you'll get to kind of get a little behind the scenes of who my character is and what their deal is and everything like that. So don't worry if you're not a subscriber, if you're not a Patreon person, the character one shot will still be available. We're probably going to do more stuff like that in the future because you Patreon people are really special and cool, and we think that you're great, and we have felt bad for like a year and a half that we don't put a whole lot of stuff on our Patreon. Like, we have like 3, maybe 4 videos. I know that we have a couple more from Lydia that we just haven't gotten put up yet. But like, it's been real dry over in that area. So we are attempting to remedy that. We would love to do more stuff like that in the future, and also have some Patreon exclusives, because it's like, look, if you're gonna go to the effort to be a patron, you deserve something a little special. Like, that's above and beyond. We need to be okay with releasing content that maybe everyone doesn't get to see. Some special behind-the-scenes stuff, some maybe even a special game, who knows. But we gotta have some kind of draw to become a patron, or else there's no point in having a Patreon. So that's that matter gone over. Campaign starting back up this Monday. Keep an eye on the Patreon and in the subscriber Discord. One shot on next week. It'll be not today, because this is the day that we would have done it if we were to do it this week. So next week sometime we'll figure out when that one shot is, and we will keep you updated in the Discord. So once again, get in there. That's where we tell everyone everything. Oh, the next thing. Shout out to those of you who sent us really cool gifts. I know that we opened them on the past stream. I'm not sure who was all there, who was not there to see it. We got some super cool gifts in the mail. I totally forgot one of them in my car, so I will probably pause streaming a little bit to go grab that, because I ran in here frantically like, oh my god, it's past 1:30 and I'm not streaming. But also, I know that we got one that from maybe Faye. The letter said that it was specifically not from Faye, but that may just be a ruse. And it had a bunch of cool stuff, and I just want to show off some of the stuff that maybe Faye sent us. First off, we all got these like really sweet bracelets, which I was really concerned about because I have really big hands and wrists. They're huge, and there's these fancy little knot tie things. They're really cool bracelets. My hands are so big, it's hard for me to do the bracelet, so I wasn't sure if it would fit. But we managed to get it work. I'm getting better. Hi, Olif. Getting better at doing and undoing the bracelet, so that's really cool. We also got we all got some dice. I can show off the dice on stream if I can remember how to open up a Ziploc bag. Yeah. Goo. I don't know what anyone else's dice are. I just know mine. I didn't open their stuff. But they're these. I love. First of all, this is to anyone who cares about dice. What matters more to me than color, texture, weight, anything, can I read them? I am blind. I need like the like phones for like grandmas and the remotes that just have really big numbers because people are blind. That's me. I need those. And these dice are great. They're white and clear dice, and they're super legible with gold inking. I can read them from a distance because my box is all the way like way over there. So thank you. The dice will definitely be used. I'm going to need to switch out some dice in my tray for. I would love if I could eventually just be using dice that are like gifts from people, because I think that's really cool. So those will be going into the tray of dice that I use. We also all got class stickers. I assume that people got stickers related to the class that they play. I assume. So I got a super cool like paladin sticker. And yeah. So those. We also got some personal stuff. I got Monsters of the Multiverse, which is sick. I didn't have this book. I specifically asked for it because I knew that I didn't own it, and I didn't buy it because I was like, what's the likeliness that there's going to be anything in this book that I need? And then it turns out that the first chapter is just like official race changes. And I was like, well, shoot, I don't own this. And so I'm really glad. I would love to talk about some of the changes to races that they put in this book, because let me tell you, they're pretty dang sick. I like everything they did. For the most part, they changed a lot of stuff. Honestly, they changed things in ways that I've been doing for years. Once again, I'm on to you, WotC. I know that you have access to all of my notes and all of the things I've ever made. You're stealing my stuff. I'm aware. I'm okay with it, but only barely. If it goes too far, I'll know. So I'm looking at you. Maz, get on that, Mr. Wizard of the Coast. So thank you for that. There's like a gift card and stuff in the bag. Really, like other those are the main things that I'm able to like bring out and show. So thank you for that. We also got, I'm going to very briefly, I need you all to entertain yourselves just for a moment. I'm going to go on break, and then I'm going to come back. I'm going to mute myself, so don't run away, don't hide. I'll be back in a little bit. Boop. I see that, Let's Not. You can't take over my stream. I'm bigger than you. Just ran up a whole bunch of stairs. Anyway, speaking of Let's Not, other gift we got recently, really, really cool. I did not expect this at all. You may or may not have known that Let's Not has been putting some pretty sick tarot card art of Between the Rows into the stream, like into the Discord. Sent us 3 sets of the cards that have currently been done. We got the Magician. It's me. If I put, can you tell? It's me. We have a wonderful Bailey Coleman as Death. Bev, Strength. I'm really struggling. This was like 2 years ago. I don't remember these names. Crowbar, the Chariot. Makes a lot of sense. Also, look at the details, the hands in the fire. It's really great. Then we've got Sawyer the Hermit. Based on, I hear it's the Ophelia painting? Something like that? Yo, what? That's crazy, Let's Not. And then we have Grant, not the player, but the character. Oh, shoot. Where? Yeah, Bailey Patterson. Doing he's the world. Gosh dang stuff in the distance. There's I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see the skull, the thing that he saw on the road. It's pretty sick. And then I honestly can't remember who this character is. I don't even. Was he in season 1? I don't know. Maybe it's like a Jared or something. I couldn't tell you. But this one, I love how many little things are hidden in this one. It's super sick. But yeah, these are super cool. Also, apparently they're on the website where from the company that made them. Let's not. That's crazy. How did it get in this deck? I couldn't tell you. But yeah, thank you for those. That's like. Okay, first off, legitimately, it's the coolest thing that has ever been like made. Like, like as a physical thing that you designed based on our thing and then created, because you're also the first one to do that. So like, that's crazy. Also, I think Tarot is super rad. Like, and Lydia is of the same mindset. Pretty much everyone in the cast is like, yo, this is a super sick concept. And to see the art done with that much attention to detail is super, super cool. We absolutely love what you've done. We hope you keep doing it, because I'm so excited to just see what you do. Have you started all on Between the Rows Season 2? I need to. It's a very important question that I'll need to know. But if you want to see more of Let's Not's art in the future, join the Discord. Let's see how many times I can plug the Discord in one sitting. But anyway, that's stuff that has been sent to us. Thank you, potentially Faye, and definitely Let's Not. The hard part now is I don't know how to display these cards. Like, the sticker is a sticker, so it's pretty easy to display. I can use the dice. Shoot, have I not? What the? Did you? Oh shoot, you did finish Season 2's cards. I remember them. They're in the Discord and they're really good. I was blinded by the physical ones. That I had forgotten the ones that are still digital. That's crap. Now I'm remembering them and they're still great. Shoot. Well, get ready for Season 3 of Between the Rows. We are going to start recording that towards the end of August. We will have that released, I believe. Let me check my calendar. I want to say, my gut says, let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So, Between the Rows, Season 3, Sins of the Father, will release September 28th. That is when we'll start. We will be releasing them on Wednesdays. That, except for Halloween. Hey everyone, I'm not sure if you knew, Halloween lands on a Monday this year. Yo, Commune DM, thanks for the raid. That's super awesome. We are just talking about the third season of the mini-series that we run around Halloween, Between the Rows. We just showed off, if you want some behind-the-scenes footage of what happened Season 1, one of our wonderful viewers, Let's Not, who's in this group, just made a whole bunch of tarot cards based on Season 1 of Between the Rows and sent us physical copies of them. So this is everything that you need to know. This is the whole season. You can find it on YouTube. You can find it on Spotify. Go watch it. It's really great. This is me. I DM it. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, September 28th will be the premiere of episode 1. There will be 6 episodes, so it will be on the 28th, the 5th, the 12th, the 19th, the 26th, and then it will be taking over the main Monday spot on the 31st, aka Halloween. The season finale will be on our Monday. It will be a 4-hour-long episode. The rest will be 2. Yeah. So that's what it's going to be. Be there. So also, if you only watch the main stream on Mondays, you're going to be real confused if you don't also watch the episodes on Wednesdays. So you should just show up for those. It would be really cool if you did that, because it's going to be really good. I'm working on it. It's going to be great. We are back in Rock Creek, just like Season 1. And some things are going to be resolved. Some mysteries are going to be solved. And well, maybe some mysteries are going to rise up that we're going to have to figure out in the season after. And then, yeah, so keep an eye out for that. I'm really excited. I think this year is going to be banging. I think it's a strong word to describe it. Also, speaking of side campaigns and things, and specifically Between the Rows, you may remember Season 2 of Between the Rows did not use Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. We used a little RPG known as Vyson. I love Vyson. Like, the system, it's made by Free League Publishing. If you haven't heard of Free League Publishing, go look them up. They make incredible RPGs. Recently they had, well, I say recently, a little while ago they had a Kickstarter. They were kickstarting a Vyson edition, a new, basically DLC of Vyson, because the original Vyson, somewhere up there on my bookshelf, takes place in the mythic North. Think Norway, Sweden, that area, very like Viking-esque kind of thing. Different reality version of it, but in that area of Earth. It's focused on folklore, it's focused on horror aspects, all sorts of cool things like that. I can actually show you some things. There we go. I have a whole bunch of books from them. They're really good. The main Vyson RPG book I have looks like this. If that gives you a little sense of the vibe. Some really cool, it's really beautiful art and paper and stuff like that. Like, just really, really good looking. But the Kickstarter was for Vyson, Mythic Britain and Ireland. And I was like, sign me up. Now, they don't just make Vyson. Free League Publishing releases a lot of different RPGs. And some of the add-ons for Vyson, Mythic Britain and Ireland were other RPGs that they had already made and released, and you could get them a little bit cheaper. So I did. And I'm really excited to show you. I just got the Kickstarted like physical items like, I don't know, maybe 3 days ago. So if you don't mind me, I'm just going to nerd out for like a little while and talk about the cool stuff that I got. It's not a box opening because I was too excited. I was like, oh, I could hold this for table scraps. And then I was like, no, I won't. So anyway, first off, probably my favorite thing that came in the box came with cloth maps. And you think like, oh, Aaron, that's kind of dumb. No, I mean like cloth maps, like huge maps. This one's the Mythic Britain and Ireland one. It's hard to fit on screen, but it's like super cool. Like these are maps. I've got like this really like pretty like old-fashioned map artwork and stuff like that. It's really good looking. I also, because I was like, cloth maps, put me in. Oh, thank you, Wander, for shouting at me in DM. I totally forgot. I was distracted by cool stuff. I also got another cloth map of the Mythic North. This is the map that's included in the book. It's mainly Sweden, some offshoots of Sweden, some things around there. More super cool artwork and mappy stuff for the Mythic North. I'm so excited. I'm framing these. I don't know where I'm putting them yet. I have a new house. I have so much wall space to work with. As for the book itself, bam! Vyson, Mythic Britain and Ireland. Same art style, super cool, based in a different location. One that I know slightly better. Believe it or not, I'm not British, but they use it in like every form of media. So I know some of the things a little better than I do Sweden. But once again, super cool artwork and pages, really beautiful, beautiful artwork. Very, very spooky monsters. And since it also comes with an adventure, like a lot of RPG books do, it straight up comes with maps and handouts, which I love because I don't have to go to the work to make them. And I'm super excited now that I have an actual people to play in-person RPGs with. I can give them stuff like letters and cool little things that I don't have to go to the effort to make. So I'm super excited about that. There's a high chance that you may see us play a one-shot or a small like mini campaign or short story using some of these systems. Vicen especially is one that I absolutely adore. I just think it's a really cool way to play an RPG. I think it's great. Next up on the docket, I need to remember to drink. My voice is so rough. I've been dealing with drywall dust and paint, so my lungs are struggling. Anyway, next up, I got Coriolis, The Third Horizon. This is a sci-fi based RPG. I'm trying to think. The things that they said were similar to this, obviously, like Alien. There's like horror aspects. Firefly is very similar. The cool thing about this, so Free League Publishing publishes a lot of like foreign-made RPGs. So like Vicen was Swedish in origin. I don't know the exact origin of this, but I know that instead of using, so like in Firefly, if you've ever seen the show, it's basically just space western. Like they're wrangling and like western stuff. This is Firefly if instead of western, it was like Arabian Nights. So, magic carpet ride. Aladdin. Think very like Aladdin-esque kind of vibe to it. Except it's in space. It's in space. Which I don't know how much that matters to everyone else. But you put anything in space and it's automatically cooler. And that kind of area was already rad. Like in terms of storytelling and everything like that. Once again, the layout of this book is beautiful. I love the way that they laid it out. It's also very legible, which I like. And they have it almost kind of reminds me of like concept art for video games. Very like rendered in like spaceships and stars and suns and things like that. Ooh, that's a really good one. That's a really good page. So just super interested to see, most likely, if this fits in with... I haven't, obviously, I got these books like 3 days ago. I haven't delved into them and memorized every possibility within them. But there's a high chance that we might use that system for a Between the Rows, specifically Between the Rows Darkness Between Stars. Which was going to be the space between the rows, which is one of the reasons I got the book. So I'm really excited to see how that goes and how the system works and all the cool little niche things that you can do. Another one that I got that you may have heard of, a little one called Tales from the Loop. Think Stranger Things, very Stranger Things-y. Tales from the Loop actually got a lot of like critical acclaim. I haven't looked too much into it, just because it was never like absolutely my vibe for a long time. But I've recently, it was just there, and I was like, I have the money for it. I should probably pick it up. It looks really good. Once again, as is common of Free League and all that kind of stuff. And these creators are very, very good. Once again, beautiful concept artwork, really good layout of the book. It's so hard to find where the camera is. And it basically takes place in the 80s-esque era, except there's like aliens and creepy things that come out of the fog, and you're like kids or teens and stuff that deal with these strange happenings that just kind of show up and solve a mystery. It's like a mystery-based RPG, which is... I love those. D&D is really excellent, but it sometimes struggles with like mystery things. This is some really good artwork for like characters and stuff. Sometimes Dungeons & Dragons can struggle with mysteries because it's a save or suck situation. Like, you can just fail. So as a DM, putting like clues out there can sometimes just be like, oh, well, they didn't roll high enough on their investigation, and now they just don't have that information that they need. And that's really rough to deal with at times. There's a lot of ways around it by only making the things that you would find be excess clues, where it's like, oh, well, you don't actually need these. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness, is Drew joining me? Absolutely, Drew, it is okay. I'm going to continue talking while I get Drew. Actually, no, I'm going to have to change some stuff up. So, I'll finish my thought. There's a lot of ways to solve the mystery problem in D&D, but you can also just play another system, which is Tales from the Loop is, from what I've heard, very good at that mystery vibe. And so, just in general, don't be afraid to check out other RPGs that might fit what you're looking for better. Because you can do anything with any RPG in the same way that, like, I could unscrew a Phillips head screw with a flathead screwdriver. Is it as efficient as using a Phillips head screwdriver? Probably not, but I could. And I could even probably unscrew a flathead with a Phillips. Much more difficulty, but doable. I could also use a quarter or a key. But probably should use the tool for the job if you want it to go really smooth and easy. I'm going to once again go on break, so that way I can get Drew in here. It's a little view from the click to add text himself. So we will be right back, and then and yeah, it's been a blast. We've been going for like 45 minutes, and then I'll be back in just a little bit. It won't be very long. So, we're back. It's us. I've been joined by my friend, Drew. Howdy, Drew. How have you been doing today? Oh, hold on. They can't hear you because the properties are all messed up. Now they should be able to.
Hello.
Tell them hi, Drew.
Hi, guys. How are you all doing today? Yeah, no, I'm streaming from work for those of you who don't know, because I got some stuff that I'm getting done today before getting ready for a trip this weekend. Yeah, it's been busy but productive, and I Like I think last night though, like 3 different people messaged me about the same time. I was like, Drew, did you see? Drew, we hit
Oh my
1K.
god, I forgot
Ah,
to talk about that. We hit 1K on Twitch. Thank you,
thank you guys.
everyone. It completely blanked on that
This is, it was
one.
perfect. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, Drew, my hero. Yes, thank you,
Mhm.
everyone, for getting us to 1K. Thank you. So you know who I'm talking to. You know who it is.
Mhm.
I'm talking to you.
You right there,
You.
that one.
All 1K of you. But you
All
know who I'm
1K
talking
of
to.
you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Right.
we can say
Couldn't be here
1K.
without you.
Yeah, we've got over. If we have 1,001, I'm gonna be like, we have over 1K
One.
viewers
Yeah,
on
over
Twitch.
1K followers. That's right.
Yeah, over 1K followers. Yeah. So,
I mean, although we're already over 1K on YouTube, so
I mean, yeah, but that's like easy. There's accounts on YouTube that haven't released a video in like 10 years that have like a million.
not, that's fair.
So yeah, thank you for that. How long have you been watching? Have you seen what I've been doing or anything like that?
No, I literally I got to a point at work that I'm like, oh hey, I don't have anything like kind of a break. I'm like, oh yeah, I like saw the notification for like that you went live like 40 minutes ago. I'm like, ooh, well, I could
An
hop on table scraps
opportunity.
for a little bit. And so literally I got on the stream as you were talking about shoot, I don't even know. I wasn't
Mysteries in D&D and stuff like that.
mm-hmm. And
So
so I'm like, hey Aaron, hey, check Snapchat,
yeah,
please.
to review the things that I've
Acknowledge
been
me.
going over, I first went over the cool gifts that we got sent from viewers. Have you? I don't know if you've seen them super up close or not.
Oh no, the
Like
tarot card I haven't.
got these
They
tarot
look
cards.
oh,
They look super sick.
they're so cool.
I'm gonna show them
Just
off
absolutely
again.
amazing.
Like it's really cool to have like the physical
Oh,
art in my hands. Super super cool.
oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Also the gift from Faye, like these cool necklaces and other things like that. You haven't gotten yours because we need to
I
send
haven't
it to
opened
you.
mine yet. No. Uh-huh.
But I got a whole bunch of new RPGs in the mail.
Ooh.
So I was talking about new RPGs.
Uh-huh. There you go.
I'll do a quick summary. I got some cloth maps, like really big,
Oh, wow.
like cloth, like maps, like maps.
Nice, dude. That's like the whole UK right there.
It is literally the whole UK. It is. Like, it's so hard to tell directions on cameras. It's literally the UK.
Nice.
I also have one for the Mythic North, which is like Sweden, because I've got the Vicen expansion
Ooh.
for Mythic Britain and Ireland. Really cool. I got a sci-fi RPG, Coriolis,
Nice.
The Third Horizon.
Third Horizon.
And then I got Tales from the Loop, which is the thing that we were talking about. It's like a mystery-based, very Stranger Things, E.T.
Okay.
kind of, like, you play kids slash teenagers slash young adults, solving a mystery in this weird zone that has a mixture of, like, high-tech, like, mechs and stuff. And then like weird like eldritch creatures and things that crawl out of the mists and stuff like that. And it's based in like the 80s. Super interesting.
Interesting. We'll have to. So Aaron,
Yeah.
when can we see these RPGs in action?
Well, I can tell you right now, we're probably going to use Coriolis for Between the Rose, Darkness Between Stars. That's a thing that's going to happen. I am probably going to be doing some testing on my own. When I start streaming on my own, we might see if we can fit a couple in there as just like monthly or something like that. I've got some people in mind. I've got some people. I haven't asked them
got some
yet,
ideas.
but I've got some ideas.
I'm looking
I'm
forward
not
to seeing
done.
it.
I got another one.
Oh.
I got another RPG, Drew. I got so many RPGs. I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm going to say Symbaroum. Symbaroum. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. So it's fantasy, like Dungeons and Dragons, but it's not sword and sorcery. I would say it's a lot closer to that like grim, dark survival fantasy.
Okay.
Like instead of like I am a wizard, fear me, I am Merlin, I call down lightning upon you. Ha! It's like I am a witch and I have been performing this ritual for the past 20 minutes to summon this dark dwelling creature to my aid against this, like, they call him a knight, but most likely is just a robber wearing heavy plate mail who's going to stab me with a sharp stick. Like, very survival focused, adventuring into dark depths that will probably get you killed, and corruption and all sorts of stuff like that. It has a really cool system in terms of rolling dice that I haven't seen before, because it uses the like set of 7 die, but instead of having like you do in Dungeons and Dragons, where it's you have stats that give you a plus to the number that you roll,
right?
The number that you have in each of your like 8 stats, because I think there's like 8 of them, and then they all have individual things along with it. The goal is to roll below the number that you have in the box. So if you have a 15 in agility, the goal is to roll a 14 or lower.
Okay.
I don't know if there's critical hits and critical fails. I haven't gotten that far in the book yet. But it seems really clean and simple.
Right, yeah.
Like, you don't have a whole lot of, like, numbers, like addition, subtraction, figuring out if I have a 14 here, does that mean I have a plus X here? Oh, God, look at this art.
Wow.
That's so good looking.
That's sick.
It's so hard to show without the light hitting it and making it glary. But yeah, very scary fantasy. My favorite type.
I was going to say, it's right up your alley.
Yeah, and there's multiple different types of magic. But it isn't like, oh, there's necromancy and evocation. It's literally the type of person casting the magic changes the type of magic it is. So you have wizardry, witchcraft, theurgy, and I think there's one other that's like corruption magic, where anytime you cast any type of magic, it has a potential to corrupt you. And then there's some people, because most of the type of magic is it's a sorcery is another one. Most people are like, how can I learn magic so that it doesn't corrupt me? And then there's people who are like, screw that, I'm yeeting myself into the corruption.
I want to become the bad guy.
It's super interesting. Like just looking at the types of magic and stuff. You can also like cast. There's a lot of focus on rituals, which are specifically spells that take an hour to perform. Which that is like I love that. It's one of my saddest parts of playing Dungeons and Dragons. Is everything so fast?
Mm-hmm. For the most part.
I want the old-fashioned. I'm a warlock standing over a ritual circle that I've painted in my own blood, stirring a cauldron of various things, and I've been working on this spell for the past 10 years. I want to be able to do that myself. But instead, that's for the DM to do. And I don't want that. I want to do long casty things that are like, will they be able to complete the ritual? Or won't they? Who knows? Like, could you imagine 2 Also, people are saying hi to you in the chat. I just want
Yeah,
you to know.
well, yeah, I noticed, and I figured, yes, I did not reply in the chat, but I did say hi to everyone when I joined, so I figured that was good enough, but
Get
I
it
guess not.
together, losers. Anyway, but like, could you imagine two people both casting a ritual spell, like battling over like whose ritual will complete, and like even in mid ritual, like trying to face off against the other like spellcaster and stuff like that. That's so sick.
It's a race to complete who can complete their spell the fastest.
It's awesome, and I'm sad that I can't do it in D&D, and that's one of the reasons why I bought this book, because I was like, you mean to tell me that I can use a D20 system that isn't Dungeons and Dragons and is dark, scary, and like great. Long, and it takes just way too much time. That's like my favorite thing to do. So yeah, I'm excited.
Be good.
I'm really excited.
I'm looking forward to either playing or watching.
We'll find a way. I'll get you in
there. That does sound very, very cool and very interesting, and definitely
look,
like.
It
right
sounds like you and I, like, that is like our shtick. Is that like, first of all, there's a lot of like niche power gamey things you can do in this one, which is like the things that we do. Mm-hmm. And then there's also loads of like role play potential. I just think it's great. I just want to play more RPGs. But yeah, one of the things that
the only problem with that is we need more time to play RPGs.
See, that's the thing. Once I start streaming myself, like not on Table Scraps and Paper Dungeon, once I start up my own stream, which who knows when that'll be. Sometime. I know that starting in August, once school starts up, I'm going to die for a semester, and then things may change.
And then you'll be done.
Yeah, and then I'll finally be out of college, and who knows what I'll have in store for the world. But I would love to run, even if it's just like a once a month or twice, like bi-weekly game, with some people, to just 6-month mini campaign that runs through and showcases an RPG. Like I would love to do that. Switch out players and stuff, and then halfway through, and who knows? I would love to invite all sorts of people to do that kind of thing. I think that would be fun. I think it would be pretty cool. So yeah, I'm excited to play these. Speaking of playing Dungeons and Dragons, I know that you are excited, but I want you to tell me how excited for this Monday.
I'm uber excited. I have been chatting it up with DJ recently again. I have to finish typing out everything for what's happened over the course of 3 years. But I'm real excited, dude. Like, been away for so long.
Yep.
It's been so long. It's on it. Well, I don't want to say it's quite felt like 3 years out of game, but it's been too long.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's been a while. I'm excited. My favorite thing is that, like, everyone has secrets again now.
Oh, yeah. Everybody.
So, like, I called DJ today to kind of go over some stuff with him about starting Monday. Lydia's there with me. I was using Lydia's phone. And she just, like, asks the question. She's like, hey, DJ, do people know about this thing? She literally says that thing, and DJ's like, which thing? You mean like that like your thing that is that thing? And Lydia's like, yeah. And he's like, that's up to you. It's been like a couple months. And I'm like, I am right here. Like, you are talking through me.
Do I need to go?
Like, should I leave so you two can have your little secret time? Like, that's real. Also, Lydia, that hypocrite, if any of us were to do that, she would be like, you can't do that. I'm right here. You have to tell me now. Lydia, looking at you. I can't see you, but I can see you. I know you're there.
She's in the chat.
Yeah.
She's
yeah. punk.
I mean,
you think you're just gonna be a tea hog? And
she does love to have her tea and to not spill her own.
Yeah,
This is true.
Whatever.
Well, I mean, okay. Although
you're
it,
like
it does
the
depend,
British.
actually.
God
It does
dang
depend.
it.
There are certain times. There are certain times that Lydia enjoys talking about tea. At least with me. I don't know about you, Aaron.
No, Lydia just doesn't like me, I think.
Because there are times that I have to tell her not to tell me things because she's so excited to tell people about things because she's excited about them.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't want to know right now. Stop talking.
Like, a real life comparison, Lydia is the British and I am colonial America. And she's just hogging the tea. She's taxing.
That's right. Exactly, that's right.
Like
she is taxing
there's
your,
gonna be a revolution. Things are not gonna end well for you.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna write a really cool song sung by I don't remember who, where they talk about like I'll kill their friends and family to remind them of my love. It'll happen. Yes, I.
Oh yeah, from Hamilton. Yep.
Lydia, I'm dumb. If you want to spill tea, you have to be very direct with it. You can't just like dance around. You can't allude to tea.
You can't allude to tea. You just have to give me some.
Like you can't just
just gotta say it.
I'm a very straightforward person. If I'm gonna tell you about tea, I go, hey, this is how it works. You're like, So there's this thing. I'm not sure if you knew about it. But there's this thing. And it kind of is like this. And it has some really cool connections. And I'm like, what is it? Don't lie, Lydia. Don't lie. Don't lie. Yeah, I'm excited to get back in.
I feel like you and Lydia have some things to work out before Monday.
Dog. Talking about tea spilling. Gosh dang, there will be blood. But that's like tea that doesn't relate to me, Lydia. That's a difference. That's like your world tea. That's different. Besides, I don't even like tea.
Yeah. See, I wished I liked tea. I tried to get into tea. I couldn't. A gentleman from back in high school, Aaron, you would know him, good old Nick Adams, one of the best people on the planet. Senior year, he took it upon himself to introduce me to tea, and like for like a month, he would like in the morning be like, hey, I made this tea for you, and I would drink and I would try it, drink it, whatever, and then at the end of the day, I'd give him back his mug that he gave me. I'm like, well, it was okay, pretty much for most of it. It was just like.
Lydia, I'm gonna tell you right now, you don't want to throw down. My hand is the size of your face. It's not a good challenge. I don't care if you have magic. I have raw power and determination. Look, you don't wanna throw down, even if you're an Eldritch God, if you're fighting someone who's not afraid of God.
Yeah. That is true. That is like your thing.
Yeah, that's like the thing that I'm like. That's like what I do. That's like the shtick. Mm-hmm. Lydia,
that is
the
your
one
other
thing
shtick.
I told you to do when I left that house is don't fall off the stool, and don't hurt yourself. Do I need to come pick you up? Are you dying? God dang kids these days.
But speaking of tea and exciting things, right?
Ooh,
first of all, I'm so excited for your character. Like,
shoot, dog, it's gonna be good.
Like, dude, I can't even like, and everyone coming back together after being away for so long. Yeah. Like, it's gonna be really interesting to see how everyone's changed.
Dude, and the band back together.
You're getting the band back together. Band. And as a side note, as a little bit of a teaser for all viewers, let's just our boy Edward. He's
God dang, he's hot.
Like, yeah, I honestly pass on the mantle to him. like as
Yeah,
as
no,
the pretty boy of the
the
group, you know?
moneymaker is definitely Edward now.
Yeah, no, like dude's
Like,
got like a straight up like full beard and like a tuxedo.
it's like some
Like
prime beef, dog.
I can't compete, you know?
It's like A1 cut beef.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's pretty dang good. Lydia's done the art and it's real good looking. Tasty.
Yeah.
We are hot. I think I've mentioned the vibe that the art that we have now gives off is we are invited to like a ballroom dance, but we know that the king is going to be assassinated.
Mm-hmm. 100%.
Like, it's pretty dang good looking. I'm really excited.
You guys are for treat.
I'm excited to not DM.
You have a bit of a break. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I love DMing. I think it would have been better if I was DMing like a actual campaign, but having to come up with a new concept every single week. Oh my goodness.
It makes it a little.
I love it, but like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm excited to be back. DJ showed me he's been thought graphing his like ideas for the second half of the campaign and everything. Like, he's like, look at this, I've thought mapped everything I have, and it's like a crazy graph. And I'm like,
it's the embodiment of the meme of just...
Yeah, he's like, I'm excited.
Yeah, the other day I was at my computer, hanging out, playing some games or whatever, and he walks over to me and he's just like, so hey, not to give you a huge teaser, but like this. I'm just like, excuse me? And like he ran off to his room and I like literally chased him down. I'm like, you can't just say that and walk away.
League match.
And like literally,
how could you?
like literally, it was so funny.
Oh
like,
man.
I chased him up to his room. I'm like, okay, what the heck does that mean? What do you mean? And he's like, well, my young Padawan. I'm just like,
my boy, it is simple.
Like,
and dude, I just want it to be Monday.
I had a similar experience where after the conversation that I had with him today, which there was a point in time where I was basically just like clearing some things that my character can do and like warning him and explaining why a thing works in a certain way and asking him for permission for things to work in certain ways. And at one point in time he did say, Aaron, in order for me to say no to your request, I would have to actually put thought into how mythical laws of this world work, and I'm not going to do that. So go for it. Which was one of my favorite things that he's ever said. But then I was like, hey, yeah, you can send me some stuff, blah, 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 blah. And he sends me a text message. And I obviously can't tell you what's in the text message. And it's not even text. It was over Zoom chat. And so it's just gone forever now.
It's just gone. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some tea of my own.
Mm-hmm. It's honestly, I wonder who's gonna be the new like tea holder of the group, since like it was kind of Tarak before.
Was it?
I mean, I feel like it. I think so. I mean,
what do you
for the most part,
as the tea holder?
Well, okay, so in my head, right, Tarak was the one who was like he was the main person that people went to talk about stuff, right?
Oh, okay.
You know, and so he was the one I feel like was in the most know-how between conversations and observation, you know.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. That is a good question. It's Grotz.
It's Grotz. Yeah. Let's be honest.
Got some out of him.
Probably
he has model lips, like pouty model lips.
It's actually. What was?
Get ready for that. I expect saucy fan art.
just more of the shirtless breakfast.
I hope that we don't get any art other than Grotz for like 2 weeks. That's what I want.
Well,
Like we have all
actually,
this
well,
cool
see,
new stuff, and it's just Grots.
that's the reveal. Actually, is episode 1 is we're just demons in the abyss
Oops,
in
all
Grot's
Grots.
palace.
We're all
You
Grots.
know?
We each control a different limb of Grots.
Oh dear, that would be
like a demonic
Would you-
like Power Ranger.
oh man,
Like
it's
Megazord.
it's that would have been a great one shot. It's just a day in the life of Grotz.
Oh my goodness! I just remembered one of the things that I wanted to cover. This has nothing to do with Dungeons and Dragons. I recently discovered what I think might be the best icebreaker ever.
Okay, I'm ready.
Because it will inform you so much about a person, and this goes out to the people listening. I want your answers in the chat. I will probably send this in the Discord. Drew, I need to know. Drew and chat, I need to know. If you could take any movie that exists, and add the Predator into it, what movie would you choose? I've had a lot of good answers. I've asked so many people this question. Some of my favorites have been The Titanic, Home Alone, and Saving Private Ryan are some of my favorites. And you can ask if you want further understanding, like if you have any questions like, how does the Predator work in this situation? I can answer them, because let me tell you, I've thought of all the questions already.
Oh, yeah, is he hunting like my main character?
It
or
is a free for all. You're not sure who the Predator is after. So if it's in like Saving Private Ryan, they may be storming the beach of Normandy, and there just happens to be a Predator there. Or I like to think also, you go into this movie not knowing that a Predator is in it.
Mm-hmm.
You pull up Nemo, and for the first 20 minutes, it's just Nemo.
It's just Nemo.
And then there's like Nemo swims out to touch the boat.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's the first contact with humans, and a Predator rattle. And you're like, that wasn't in the movie before. That's how I imagine it.
Oh man.
So like my if you think of the Titanic, I know the exact scene. I know how the Predator shows up. You go through so much of the movie, and then it gets to the scene with Jack and Rose in the car, about to have sex. You know the scene. It gets all steamy on the window. The hand comes up.
Mm-hmm.
In the background, through the steamy window, you see movement. A box falls. They stop. Jack's head pokes up over the window. Predator rattle. Immediately the movie changes. Like, completely. You think that they didn't see the iceberg coming? No. Everyone was dead before they hit the iceberg. Predator went for the captain first.
The iceberg was just a cover.
They totally could have both fit on that door. Why did they not? The Predator. All right? Predator took one of them. There's not a chance.
That's right.
Completely different movie. Now, I assume that in these movies, the events in general turn out the same way. Also, the Predator has to be affected by the laws of the world. So in Home Alone, the Predator still can fall for Kevin McAllister's traps.
Okay.
But that also means that the Predator can set his own traps. Mm-hmm. So have to follow the rules of the world. So, like, you can assume that the Predator can swim underwater if it's Nemo.
I mean, okay.
Those are the rules. I want to know. You people in the chat, hit me with the things. I've already seen some good ones.
I mean, the first movie for me that comes to mind is Return of the King.
Oh,
purely for the notion that the Predator is the one who knocks Smeagol like into the volcano.
Yeah.
Destroy the ring.
You see, the moment you turn yourself invisible with the ring, you enter the Predator's playing field. So, like,
exactly.
Could you imagine every time they put the ring on, they look over, the Predator's just there, like looking back, like, yo, you can do that too. I love the like answer of Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. Both of those.
It's like, just hilarious.
Goblet of Fire. The Predator doesn't show up until they're like in the maze.
In the maze.
And then suddenly there's a Predator. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. It just makes the movie better. Like, I honestly don't think that there's a movie you could add a predator to and it would get worse. I haven't found one. The original Three Ninjas movie with a predator? Dog. Straight up, Tum Tum going in. Like, you best believe the predator, like, holds that grandpa up with one hand and just shoves jello beans into his mask. And he's like, and then he just punches him in the face. Absolutely. The Predator would be great in the original Three Ninjas movie. That's one of my favorite movies. I loved that when I was a kid.
So, like, and this would actually be like a throwdown. Like, almost as good as Alien versus Predator throwdown, I feel like, would be if Predator was in the Halloween series.
Oh, absolutely. You put the Predator into any, like, horror movie is easy. Because it's just like, you take something that's already scary and then just add more scary. Am I going to complain? No.
Like honestly, like Predator versus Jason, I'd be here for it.
Versus Jason versus Freddy Krueger.
Versus Freddy Krueger.
My answer to this question was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Because let me tell you, I think without a doubt, I think everyone dies in that movie except for Willy Wonka. I think Wonka solos. Fantastic. I absolutely think that Willy Wonka solos the Predator, and I'm not.
100%.
Not a doubt in my mind. He's Willy Wonka is like a summons character in a fighting game, except 100%. The summon is just an Oompa Loompa. I imagine that he fights very similar to there's a girl in Skullgirls where like she just has bodyguards that will like jump in front of bullets and stuff, like and that's how the Oompa Loompas work. I assume he can just summon them.
Yep.
There's just so many good options. I think so. This question answers a lot about a person, right? Because people respond in a variety of ways. You have the ones that instantly know the answer. Like that was the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire took 5 seconds. I was like, hey, this is the question. They were like, Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire. And I was like, you're right. You've got the ones who really think about it. Like they delve deep into this question. They're sitting there like that's ponder. Me. Like I thought of this. I might have seen it on like Twitter or something. I don't remember. But like I was thinking, I was like, what movie? And I went through movie after movie, ended up on Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Then you have the movie that they choose, which tells you more. There's also the type of people who never get around to answering the question because they're losers. And they just keep trying to dodge it by being like, well, it doesn't make, you have to put the Predator in like a, like you have to put him in the environment. It's like, it's a predator, dude. Everywhere is the Predator's environment. They're like if Rangers were good. And then you have the type of movie that they choose. Because if you choose a comedy, I don't know what it means about a person. But there's definitely the type of person that's like, Three Stooges, definitely. Like that's definitely, or like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but add a predator. Like you've got those. You've got the people who always go for the animated movie. Like you've got the Nemos, the Cinderellas. You have horror movie where it's like, oh yeah, just put it in The Thing. Is it a predator? Is it a clone of the predator? Is it a human? Who knows? Is the predator on screen and can the Thing detect it? I don't know. It's always great. You've got the rom-com people. The ones, or just romantic in general, going for Titanic, going for... someone answered The Notebook. I agree. Notebook plus a predator. What do you want? Not what your parents want. Not what your boyfriend wants. What do you want? And then she can't answer because standing behind the guy yelling at her in the rain is a predator. And she's like... She raises a shaky hand and points, and he's like, what? And then you hear a predator rattle, and he just dies. Like the genre of movie matters so much. And it really tells you a lot about a person. It also tells you what movies they like. So this is a great first date question. All all you people out there, because then in the future, a second date option you can lead with is, hey, next time we should watch this movie, and then laugh at all the times that the Predator could be in it.
I just thought another interesting one would be if the Predator was in Castlevania.
Absolutely. It's just like
straight up like Predator versus Trevor Belmont. I'm here for it.
Yep. Now I brought up in it because if we add shows, I hear me out. The Predator in the show To Catch a Predator. Like, let me tell you, the show was already just a show that you watch, right? But you put a Predator into the mix, because here's the thing. These people don't know that there's a Predator there.
Yeah.
So it's like, today we've invited Peter to meet up with the person he's been messaging. This is Cynthia, a 6-year-old girl. Don't worry, the police are on standby. The camera pans over to like the police. They're all dead. And they're like, this is unexpected, but Cynthia's already on the scene. We can't pull out now. And then it's like Peter's there. He's like, hey. She's like, hi, I'm 6. And they're like, excuse me, sir, did you know that you were messaging a 6-year-old girl? Predator rattle. And then things get real crazy real quick. I am about this. Because, first of all, the kid probably just assumes that this is part of the deal.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
And the Predator isn't going to kill kids. There's no purpose to that. So they're completely safe.
Uh-huh.
It's a perfect show. It's the perfect show. Predator in To Catch a Predator. But they're not chasing the Predator. They're chasing a Predator.
A Predator. That's right. See, the thing is, this question, it opens up so many facets of my mind. Because I'm just like, I'm thinking shows, video games, movies, books.
I told you, I think it's the best icebreaker. You could talk about this for hours.
This is yes, 100%.
Like if you add in
so
books
facets
to this question, like name a book series that the Predator would be great in. Little Women. Like 2000 Leagues Under the Sea. Put them in the classics. Some Jules Verne type stuff.
Oh my god! Imagine the Predator is in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Oh my goodness! Just put the Predator just in Pride and Prejudice.
Just in Pride and Prejudice.
Not and Zombies. Just Pride and Prejudice. Better book, better movie. It's just better. It's just better. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen with a Predator. That he fits right in. Predator's right in. They're like immortal vampire, guy who's above average at shooting a flintlock rifle. Predator. Yes, please.
And now the thing that I'm curious of is, which of these series does the Predator become the love interest in?
Oh my goodness! Oh, that's a great question. I think League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a definite contender.
It's definitely, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, you have to be a certain capability of person to be able to fall in love or have the Predator fall in love with you.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because they'll just kill you. So you got to be really resilient or potentially able to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Also, 80 action 80s movies, because that's like where the Predator's from. They fit in great
100%.
too. Anything with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which matches with the movie Predator. Predator versus RoboCop, Predator versus the Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
Predator in the one where Arnold Schwarzenegger is just a kindergarten teacher. Better movie. Put the cookie down. It's great.
I'm now imagining, like, how, the first,
Mm-hmm.
everybody agrees, the first 3 Terminator movies were really good, and then it just kind of fell off the hill.
Yeah.
Just imagine if the Predator was in the rest of the series.
It would be great.
It would be great.
So here's what I think that the people who make Predator should do.
Mm-hmm.
What they should do is they should release normal movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then every once in a while, like maybe once every 3 years, don't have a real set pattern to it. Just release one that has a Predator in it, completely unannounced, and it has nothing to do with the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But you see, after a while, people start to grow used to that. So maybe after 6-9 years, maybe just work with another studio.
Mm-hmm.
And just don't even have the Predator affect that movie. Just have the Predator be there. And
in the background.
You start to question, I'm going to go to the theater to watch this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there will be a Predator in it.
Mm-hmm.
Get it in like a Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
Get it in like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Put it in the new Avatar movies. I don't care. Just have the Predator show up. Everyone will fear the Predator, not because of how scary the Predator is, but because it might just be in a normal movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you will never go to the theater again without questioning, am I about to watch a Predator movie?
Yeah, that's right.
And I feel like that's truer to Predator
Mm-hmm.
than any other type of media. Is just, I don't know if the Predator is next to me right now.
Mm-hmm.
Could be,
right.
could not.
Could be. He could be on the other side of Aaron's camera right now.
Exactly. In that bookcase. Who knows? Predator right there. Predator. Who knows?
This might be the last time that we see Aaron.
Just so you know, if any of you manage to score a second date because of this pickup, like icebreaker, please tell me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, the Grinch Predator?
Ooh.
Dog.
Ooh.
Straight up. That's villainous. Because a lot of the question a lot of people ask me is, who's the villain in this Predator movie?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. It's a free-for-all.
Exactly.
Root for whoever you want.
The Predator is he's just the third party.
Like, the Grinch is basically Superman.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, he's got cartoon physics.
In fact, the Grinch might be the one that the Predator falls in love with.
Yeah, who knows? Does the Grinch's heart grow 3 sizes larger because of the Predator's act of mercy or absolute devastation of the people of Whoville? Mm-hmm. It's hard to know. Also, Handscape brings up a fantastic point. Predator in any musical. Predator in Les Mis. Another day, another destiny.
I think the Phantom of the Opera.
Phantom of the Opera Predator? Oh my goodness.
Like, he's there, the Phantom of the Opera.
Like,
just get stabbed.
It's always good. Predator and Cats. This. I would like to volunteer this.
Yeah, okay.
Only with the idea that every cat dies in that movie. That's the requirement for the Predator to be there.
That is the requirement for the movie. By the time we see the credits roll,
there is only the Predator is really just a better Jellicle. That's what it is. that's what the Predator is. Like, also, I feel like Jean Valjean and the Predator get along very well. Like, I feel like if the Predator was like, "Sup, I'm the Predator," and Jean Valjean is there, he wouldn't even question it. He's like,
"Yeah, no.
I assume that you're a lawful creature doing the best," and the Predator is like, "I am hunting down this man who's committed a crime," and Jean Valjean is like, "I mean, yeah, that sounds fine. Let's go." Mm-hmm. And they just like get in the carriage and start chasing after Javert. Oh wait, oh shoot, no, I've got him reversed.
Yes.
I don't know if Jean Valjean
is the
I think
Jean Valjean,
Javert would be good friends with the Predator. Yeah. I think that Jean Valjean would give the Predator a run for his money.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Huge I mean, we're talking about Hugh Jackman here, all right?
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman, who is a living legend.
A huge jacked man.
Yeah. It's like, I mean, and plus he's got those Wolverine claws.
Absolutely. I do assume that Jean Valjean is also Wolverine.
Oh no, 100%.
Like,
I mean, Wolverine has lived for hundreds of years.
He was probably alive in the French Revolution, one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just happens to be in France one of these times. And then, oh no. Guess my friends all died and I have to carry this person through the sewers.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I mean, yeah, like the dude's, and in the movie even, everyone's just like, oh, yes, this dude's like Jack, and yeah, he's old. It's like, how does that work?
I would like to think, do you think that there's a Hugh Jackman multiverse? Where, like, do you think all of the Hugh Jackman movies are connected?
Oh, I'm sure somebody has like a full thought out theory.
I hope that there is.
Honestly, it'd very
like how it turns out that every character that Hugh Jackman has ever played has also actually been Wolverine.
Yes.
Like, he was Jean Valjean. He was the dude in the circus musical. Also Wolverine. Wolverine's also just Wolverine. Like, oh man, I want to stop killing people. Let's start a circus. Wolverine. Man, we have gotten so far away from RPGs, and I'm not sad about it because Lydia's not here to yell at me.
That's right.
Yeah, tell us more. I'll ask the question on the Discord. Please tell us your movie thoughts for what movie The Predator should be in. I'm excited to see your answers. What do we want to talk about now, Drew?
Oh, good. That's such a good question. Man, I'm just like that. So
reeling. Absolutely
like,
reeling.
Like, we're gonna come back around to like Monday, right before stream. I'm gonna bring this back up with like 10 more ideas.
Yeah, it's gonna be this awkward period of silence where we're like 15 minutes before we go live, and you're like, I don't know what else to do with this time, and then we're all sitting there silently, and you're just like, man's favorite sport. And I'm like, what? And you're like, the fishing movie where he gets stuck in the like life vest. It would be really good with a predator in it. And I'm like, oh my god, it would be really good with a predator. Like Flubber.
Oh my goodness, with Flubber. Oh my. That would be.
It would be great. Bear in the Big Blue House. The Show. Muppets with the Predator. Oh my god. Okay, I'm now changing that. I come up with that sooner. I'm now changing that. So there's like the question of if you could have any movie be entirely Muppets except for one like actor in it, what movie would you choose? And the answer is Predator. And the only person who's not a Muppet is the Predator. Like, Lydia, I said Muppets and I summoned you.
That was That's amazing.
What module would I add the Predator to? What D&D module would I add the Predator to? Lydia, we got you in reverse. Which Muppets movie would you add the Predator to? Is it like the Muppets movie, or is it like the Muppet Show? I want to know. Muppets Take Manhattan with the Predator. Muppet Treasure Island. The Muppet Christmas Carol. Yep, there it is.
Okay.
Muppet Christmas Carol with a Predator.
I think top 2 modules would be Curse of Strahd.
Curse of Strahd, that's easy.
Or Descent into Avernus.
Oh, okay. So this is a weird take because I know it's not exactly everyone's favorite module. It has a lot of problems with it. I'm gonna say because of the content of the module, where you are like running from a certain location to another location, out of the abyss, but you're always being hunted by the Predator.
By the Predator, yeah.
That's what I'm gonna say.
That definitely feels like a D&D thing. Like
it
that.
Does.
That
it really
yes.
Like, hey, I know that you just broke out of jail. There's a bunch of demon stuff going on. Sometimes there's an invisible person in a mask that shoots you. Like, I'm in. Okay, Leah, I know that you've talked a lot about Muppets, and I know how much you love Muppets. But I did not think that I couldn't remember you saying that the Christmas Carol was your favorite one. Or what did I already ask? Oh shoot, no, I did talk to you about which movie the Predator would be in. It would be Muppets. I remember now. Sometimes I forget that I've had this conversation with so many people.
I mean, they all blur together. But...
It does, like, it really does. I'm sorry. Maybe the fact that it was so immediate is one of the reasons I forgot. See, Lydia was one of the fast answerers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, one of them quick ones right out the gate.
Right there.
I would also like to add in Muppet, or just the actual Treasure Island is a very good option for the Predator. Oh my goodness, Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh,
Add a Predator.
Ooh.
It's always great.
Ooh.
It's like, I'm Captain Salazar, Predator rattle. And they're like, oh, oh. The only thing that makes the dead fear death.
The one thing that Davy Jones fears.
But, like, they're also not in danger because the Predator is also chasing Jack Sparrow.
Yes.
But,
yes.
like, because they follow the rules.
The Predator
of
is
the
here
world.
for Jack Sparrow to settle his debt.
Yeah, the Predator has to follow the rules of the world, so he also just can't catch Jack Sparrow. That's the whole thing. Howard the Duck with... Gosh, oh man, that's...
wow. Oh,
Detective Pikachu, add a Predator.
I mean...
We got the Predator in Pokemon. I'm in.
Okay, hold on. Does that make the Predator a Pokemon?
I don't know.
Or is he trying to catch them all?
I don't think that the Predator catches. I think the Predator kills.
I mean, yeah. But again, if we're following the rules of worlds... Right.
Oh, they eat Pokemon. They kill Pokemon all the time. What do you think they eat?
All the time.
Dog, it's fish. Find me a regular fish.
That's true, actually.
That's true. Find me a regular cow where they get the burgers from. They eat Pokemon all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
They're
okay,
like, go. Gosh dang. Literal cow. Like.
Sure.
And then they chop up. And then they're like, I'm gonna give you a nickname. How about Bullhorn? And then they kill him and eat him. It's the easiest way to get fresh food in the Pokemon world. Is just catch him in Pokemon, bring him out, and kill him.
And then...
Like, you can get it the freshest food in the world. You can transfer so many Pokeballs. It's easy. You can use the internet to do it, dude. I don't think people realize how often people eat Pokemon in the Pokemon world. It's like all the time. Dog, they're straight up plant Pokemon. You think that, like, vegetarians don't also eat Pokemon? If you eat a Pokemon that is a plant, like if you
Is
that still vegetarian?
Yeah, I literally had the same.
Like a Cherrim, like the cherry Pokemon. Like if I just grab one of the, pop them up, eat them like a cherry, spit out the seed. Is that a carnivore move?
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, so see now that brings up the question: do plant type Pokemon still have like a brain and a heart and stuff, like blood?
I don't. I think they're just a face.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's just because they have a mouth. Like they can eat.
Yeah, they have mouths
if
and
the
eyeballs.
Cherry Pokemon eats a berry, is that cannibalism? Also, I think only one of the faces of the cherry thing is a Pokemon. I literally think you can eat the other part of it.
The other one.
Yeah, I think that of the like pair of cherries, one of them is the Pokemon, and the other one is just a berry that it grows. Is that meat? Is that a meat berry? Is that a whole, like, am I like eating the leg of this Pokemon that it can just regrow yearly? Because I'm pretty sure I have that Pokemon card, and I'm pretty sure it's like it regrows once every year. It's apparently delicious.
I think that needs to go in the Discord. Is that a meat bear?
I don't know how we got on Pokemon,
Oh my goodness.
but this is some serious questions. we have to ask here.
I had another answer for the predator question, but I've since forgotten it.
How many times do you think that people go like fishing and pull up a whole bunch of magic? Well, to be fair, people probably don't eat Magikarp because they're carp, and carp are really like dirt, like they're like bottom feeders, so they don't taste super good. But like, how many times do you think they like net fish the sea to get like sea bass or anything like that, and then they pull up a whole bunch of Magikarp, and then one of them immediately evolves?
Oh yeah,
And then suddenly you have a whole dragon in your net,
a whole dragon.
The whole ship just gets wiped out. Like that has to happen. Oh, I mean, Jurassic Park was another answer that I really liked. I had someone also say Jurassic Park for the Predator.
That would be interesting.
Is it killing the dinosaurs? Is that how the dinosaurs were originally wiped out? It was actually a predator? Like the predator pod was an asteroid? And then the predator was just like, oh yes, the dominant life form. Guess I'm wiping these out. But yeah, people eat Pokemon.
See, and that's actually why, like, they keep making bigger and better dinosaurs, quote unquote, is to combat against the predator.
In reality, they aren't villains. They're like, there is a predator on this land and it will track us to the mainland if we leave. We need to find a way to kill it. Simple solution: dinosaurs. And then turns out doesn't work. Predator already killed the dinosaurs. Gotta start making them better and bring in Chris Pratt.
And then, yep, you gotta bring in Chris Pratt. Oh yes, that was my answer. Guardians of the Galaxy.
Very good one.
Yeah.
Our viewership is fluctuating so rapidly, and I find it hilarious because they're like, "Oh look, a D&D thing," and then we're like,
"So,
what do you think the Predator's favorite drink is?" I feel like you would really like a chai latte.
Just imagine a predator, like he's on the hunt, but he's like really tired, and he
I've got to stop by the Bucks. Give me a second.
It's just
hold on.
Rolls up into Starbucks, gets
Can I get
a triple cappuccino or something.
A venti pink drink, please?
Oh my goodness.
Oh man. I imagine that in his off time, the Predator probably works at a Starbucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's just a barista.
Not because like he needs the money, but because of the discount on the drinks. Which makes all the money that he gets goes to Starbucks. I wanted to see the viewership drop again. Every time I mention Starbucks or the Predator, really there's like 3 people. But yeah, also Lydia, I would love to bring you food once Table Scraps is done. What do you want?
Ooh, Rocky Balboa. Can't say that is a good idea.
Or Rocky Horror Picture Show. But both Rocky the Boxer and Rocky Horror would be excellent places for the Predator.
Like, I feel like I'm now picturing like Rocky is the one person the Predator can't defeat.
So you have to follow the rules of the world. He can't kill Rocky, but he can beat him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But Rocky will still be known as the people's champion for lasting as long as he did against the Predator. So
because he keeps getting up.
Recently, I was talking to one of my coworkers when I first asked this question, and we were talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Okay.
I don't know why, but we were. Sweet. So there's a show out right now, an animated Tmnt. Apparently, it has wildly good animation for zero reason. I've looked at it. It's super great. I think it's super cool. I love Teenage Mutant. I think that they're super awesome. My brother loved TMNT. Sure. I grew up with the live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I thought it was sick. I still think they're great. I know people don't like them, and they're like, oh, the costumes are weird. It's like nightmare fuel. Shut up, you losers. Those movies are awesome. Secret of the Ooze is a masterpiece. But apparently the person that I was talking to did not know about the also wildly popular, almost joke parody but fully serious, not quite a spin-off of TMNT, where instead of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, let me see if I can remember this correctly, it's the adolescent radioactive samurai hamsters. And it is a full, like, I think it might still be ongoing.
Oh.
And people really like it. It's like that's why I say it's like a joke parody, because everyone knows, right? This is just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, except they're hamsters. But it's apparently pretty good.
The adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters?
Samurai hamsters. Big difference. And that's the whole thing. And I just think I wish that more comic creators were able to do that. I think it would be awesome if you were just like, hey, you have this idea. I'm just going to steal the words basically, and then change them a bit, and then write a completely different story using characters that are almost identical to yours except completely different, like, creatures. Fantastic question from Handscape. What's your favorite series from the animated TMNT shows? So here's the thing. I was never a big fan of the shows. I loved the movies. The shows, I just never super got into them. The one that I watched the most of, I don't remember what it's called, but it was the more like 3D animated TMNT.
Yeah.
The one coolest moment. So also another fantastic icebreaker. If you could be any of the turtles, which turtle would you be?
Wow. That's an easy question for me. Leonardo was always my favorite.
I knew you would be. My coworker answered the same. I'm a hardcore Raph fan.
Yeah.
I love Raphael, quickly followed by... Leo is probably my least favorite.
Oh, yeah.
It's a tie between Donatello and Mikey for second. Although, I would change my answer if you're looking at the current comic series of TMNT. In that case, it's Mikey all the way.
I mean, it's Mikey all the way, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
like the last Shonen, or the last Ronin.
The Ronin, yeah.
Yeah, the last Ronin.
The last Shonen.
Straight up. Mikey
Comes in anime.
Is hardcore.
Dude, he is. Straight up.
But in the majority, I would have to say Raph. Specifically because of one scene, and I don't remember what movie it's from. I think it was probably animated, where Raphael does this classic Raphael thing where he's like, I'm the strongest turtle, I should be the leader, I'll go off on my own, screw you guys, we're not waiting. And then Leo's like, I have to go do my job as like a responsible adult. And then they fight on a rooftop in the rain, and it's really intense. And there's a scene where Leo swings down with the two swords, and Raph catches them in the size, and they get locked in.
Yep, and then he breaks them.
Snaps the blades. I was like, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen as like a 9-year-old child. Changed my life. Raphael, insta favorite. He was already my favorite. Now it was like not even contested. Like that was the coolest thing, because it's straight up. It's like you expect Leo to be the best, and then Raph's like, I'm the best, and Leo's like, but I'm a leader, and Raph is like, screw you, and then Raph wins. I was like, you can do that in like storytelling? Like Leo's supposed to like win there and be like, Raph, shut up, and then it works. But no, Raphael's like, haha, I was right, I am better than you, bye. That was the coolest thing ever.
I mean, yes. However, it was the better way for Raph to learn in the story, because he broke his swords, Leo got captured by the enemy.
Exactly, because he
and it was
didn't have
Raph's
weapons.
fault. Yeah.
Yes. It was great. It was really good storytelling.
That's what we call dramatic irony.
It was so cool.
It's one of the ironies.
Yeah. I loved that. Raphael's my favorite. I'm gonna have to watch the new animated series because it looks really good. Also, I saw a thing. You can figure out what type of turtle they are by their colors and shell shape. Like the way that they're animated, they have different shapes of shell and colorations. So like
for the new one.
Yeah, if you look up box turtle, they have like orange coloration, and that's what Mikey is, and they have like that same kind of shell shape and design. Same thing with Donatello, Raphael, and Leo. They're all different like species of turtle. That they just were like, yeah, this is the type of turtle that they're going to be, and then the animation is like, it's like some way higher budget tier stuff than they should be doing on a gosh dang like Nickelodeon show or something like that. It's super interesting. But anyway, it's been an hour and 53 minutes. And let me tell you, we've been off topic for over an hour and a half.
We have been.
So I should probably put an end to this. Probably. If that's all right with everyone. Let me find the thing. There we go. So, first off, thank you to Commune DM for the raid today. Shout out to them. That was super awesome. We love to see you around here. Thank you for the support. Second off, thank you for those of you who have sent like physical items to us using Grant's P.O. Box. You can find it on his stream info. You guys are awesome. You're doing an incredible job. Everything you've sent is super rad. These cards are sweet. That bracelet is sweet. It's all sweet. So there's supposed to be a U in that one. I'm not one to judge. We misspelled dungeon. But so thank you for those of you who sent things. You guys are incredible. Thank you everyone who has supported us. If you want to support us, we have a lot of ways to do that. We have Patreon. Expect stuff on there in the future quickly. Not like that quickly, but reasonably quickly. We have Ko-Fi. We have Streamlabs donation. All sorts of fun stuff like that. Easiest way, tell a friend. Bring people around. Be like, hey, these losers play games. They're pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Pretty neat.
We have a store on our website, www.thepaperdungeon.com, where you can buy merch with our logo and stuff on it. It's really cool. Don't use the link that we have in chat because we misspelled dungeon. It still doesn't have an E. We're working on it. Lydia also has a store. Lydia, our wonderful cast member, really good at art. The best part when you spell check someone is when you misspell the word when you're trying to like call them out. But Lydia has a store where she sells super cool art. You can commission art from her. I think she still has a wait list. Might be a little bit smaller wait list. I don't know. But do it. It's really cool. Also, join our Discord. It's full of awesome stuff and really cool art. You can see the rest of the tarot cards that I don't have in person and I briefly forgot about. Also, if you are a sub, we will be using that sub chat in the future to link some like cool special sub content for you. That's a really cool thing. You can only get that on our Discord. Do that. It's awesome. There's probably something else that I should talk about. I don't remember what it is. I'll be 100% honest. Thank you, Drew, for stopping in. It was good to have someone to talk to.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Thank you, everyone
Can't
who's
wait for
been
Monday.
here from the start or not the start at any point in time. If you are still here or if you've already left. Wander Patreon. We have a Patreon. And we're going to be putting stuff on the Patreon. So it'll be Patreon early access. And then eventually it will be released to the subs as well. So expect Patreon stuff and expect sub stuff. Some of it maybe split. Some of it might only be Patreon stuff. We'll get more details in the future, but there will be Patreon and there will be sub stuff. Finger guns. But yeah, thank everyone for stopping by. It's been a blast. I enjoy talking about cool D&D stuff that I have and other RPGs. And we're excited to be back with the main campaign this Monday.
Woo!
So be there.
Excited.
It's going to be a blast. And we'll keep you updated in the Discord and in table scraps and everything like that with how the process and everything is going. It's real busy. Everyone is real busy right now. Grant, Lydia, and I are all fixing up a house. Drew and DJ are traveling the United States to random places all the time. Like a bunch of cool people. Gross. So we'll do our best to keep you updated and keep on track and everything like that. It has been a blast. The only thing that I have left to say is good luck and godspeed, everyone. We will see you next time, Dungeoneers. Goodbye.